Inside I heard the trumpets call, a salute to the champions on the wall. And in the jazz of squalls and in passion brawls she danced.
So you spread everything out on the table, begin looking at it and try to figure out. There are, remember, these maps don't really have a whole lot of detail about what's there now, but you can look a lot of it up on Google Maps and some things like that, which you can... Is Google Maps on your phone at this point?
I have no clue.
I think it was just on the web browser, actually.
so.
I want to say.
Open Safari.
Yeah.
Search that way.
So you can search that way. You start looking around. You realize that there is a storage area, one of those storage rental areas, kind of kitty corner from Geotronix. You could probably rent a storage facility there and then dig out of that if you want. The other option would be that you would have to rent a office space in one of the little industrial parks nearby, which you could do too. You just have to find a realtor who can rent to you.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Excuse me. Thank you. So
Probably securing a storage facility is going to be faster and easier with less paperwork than
definitely
actually renting an office space.
Yeah.
Unless we just want to open up an office space in Algiers across from Geotronix.
it's an intimidation factor here.
And then we start producing weapons and make them go bankrupt.
There you go.
We attack them
We
economically.
absorb them as a company.
Yes.
That's right.
Hostile takeover. This is... Yes.
Leverage buyout.
We attack them economically instead of as an
There you go.
actual physical assault.
You guys might have enough money to do it pretty soon.
Yeah.
We buy them for $43 billion.
Yeah.
Well, don't have quite that much. You're going to have to find some people who have a little more money to lend you.
Oh,
Yeah. Of course, put down $300 million as collateral. They might loan you $30 billion. So.
Yeah.
I think it would be. I think if we rented a place, they might be suspicious because we've already attacked once. So they're waiting for us to do something. But if we just rent a storage unit, I mean, everybody does that. So it'd be less.
Yeah, there's going to be a hole in it
stand
the
out.
day after we leave.
So I do feel like we have come up with a lot of resources that we have at our disposal. But how do we deal with security? Because they thoroughly trounced us last time.
We have money now. We could just hire a getaway driver. Like a professional one.
Well,
I
no.
hear you. Security.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what we're
yeah.
I will say I will be there this time, and physical stuff is what I do, so it'll be a lot better at least.
And Swift pipes up and says, I will make sure the Autumn Night is protected this time.
Well,
I was lax in my duties.
last time we weren't prepared for all the people on the other side of there. That we didn't think of that. Silly us.
We
And this
don't
time-
know that's all the people.
No, but this time we're gonna have the police there with us too. So
hopefully.
hopefully,
We could
it's still a plan. We're still planning.
invest in some tactical gear. Smoke bombs, bulletproof vests.
I didn't even get to
I don't
try
have a
that.
problem with that.
You know?
Nope, just straight mind bullets to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the opposite of what I wanted.
Tell you what, man, we'll line the inside of it with lead. We'll cover it with
Tinfoil.
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 And just
But here's
Nothing's
the thing:
getting through that.
how
That's right.
how good are
have
we
your own thoughts.
with pipe bombs and smoke bombs and all this stuff?
He can
Not
make that.
pipe bombs at all.
No,
But
he
smoke
can make
bombs,
that stuff. That
No, I'm not
I mean-
talking making it.
Oh,
Like how
using it.
how good are we at using that?
Well,
what are the chances we'll
I
blow
can't
ourselves
speak
up by
for
mistake?
everybody, but I have
Well,
military experience.
I've
You
got-
in the army.
I've
before.
also got
Okay.
gangster connections. I could probably get some
You can probably.
firepower.
I'm not talking
I
about
grew up
that.
in
Getting
Tennessee.
it. I'm talking about using it.
Hey, what's it? You
Valid.
pull the pin and
We've
you
got
throw.
one person
Okay.
with who hasn't
Huh?
who has actually has military training.
you've actually probably worked with heavy weapons, but your gun, you'd be actually understand how to use an assault weapon. Most of you are like pistols, shotguns, yes. Assault weapons, and they're a different animal.
Yeah, I don't really
Pull
use
the
guns.
trigger and let it fly. That's the.
And rock and roll.
All right.
You actually probably have some experience with it because you actually build things along those lines, so you probably don't think.
But having disruptive things like maybe tear gas, and we have gas masks
That's a good idea.
You know, something like that could be
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad idea.
a thing we could do.
So tear gas and gas mask is what I'm hearing, and also tactical armor and stuff.
Can we get this from the Army Navy
We could
supply
probably,
store?
well, probably not
Do
tear
they have
gas.
those? Tear gas.
We could maybe get some tactical gear, as in like a Kevlar vest, maybe, or
Now
something.
remember, if you're going to try and get that kind of stuff, that's going to be black market. If you're going to buy actual body armor, that's black
That's
market.
gonna be you, Black
Or he's got to
Market.
build it, which is going to take longer. You know, he had to have it specially made because he's a dragon. But the rest of you can wear, you know, off the rack coat stuff. You just got to find somebody
Get some
who can
bulletproof
do it.
vests or something.
Huh?
Can you find us a guy? Could you find us a
But it's still gonna take time.
That's true.
Well, you got resources, right? I mean, you got a good bit of
I
resources.
mean, with
Yeah.
enough money, we could probably
Just-
expedite it, right? You know, like if
That's what a resource roll is.
Like resources skill without the boon from the whatever is.
Mhm.
I guess we all have a 4 now, don't we?
No, I think
Yeah.
Oh, I
We
mean,
have
we all got to bump up.
heroic or legendary resources. What was it you said it was?
My resources is +3 now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody went up, I think, one level.
I've
or
got a +4.
Yeah, you guys are
resources. You got a
+4.
4 too. Okay, so we're good at that stuff.
Yeah, I got
And remember, resources. You know, you basically you know a guy, or you know a guy who knows a guy who can get this kind of stuff for you.
Well, I guess there's also contacts.
Right. And who has contacts? Anybody?
I've got
+2 in
at level
contacts.
1.
I have +2.
I have +3.
Okay. So you guys probably know somebody who can procure that for you. You know somebody who can.
I know 2 people.
Yeah. Well.
Potentially. I know 1 for sure.
Yeah. Well, and you do know that the White Court vampires tend to not get along with each other, and so you know Anastasia. She definitely.
White court.
She likes you. Yeah. So I guess you guys are back at your place. Are you guys going to start making some phone calls?
I guess he's gonna be making phone calls and.
Well, you got a +3 contacts, +3 contacts.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Let's use y'all first.
Yeah.
So what are we looking for?
I don't know what
I
faction
think
wanna
body
choose.
armor, probably bulletproof
Body armor.
vests, maybe helmets. Are we looking for assault? We're looking for automatic weapons, you know, like AK-47s or
an assault
M16s or
weapon.
you know
Well, nah.
Uzis or what?
So what do you need? Like,
Maybe
I have guns 1. Is that
You can use it. Remember, really, all that an assault weapon does for you is give you a damage rating of 3.
And just range.
Yeah, right.
But you probably already got the range, huh?
Well, I think his gun is a
gun
2. I think your pistol's
No,
a straight.
I meant like
oh.
just his like kinetic blast. You've already got the range.
Oh
But I
yeah,
have to.
yeah.
Test it.
That
I
could
wasn't
take
sure if
start. That
that's-
could take
So
stretch.
you
though.
say I got a
Okay.
12. I've got a 12 gauge. It was weapons 3.
Right. So yeah.
So
Now again, that's going to be a shotgun. So you know,
yeah.
if you want to lay down suppressive fire, you don't have to do that with a 12 gauge because it's a pump action. I mean, you can't just fill a hallway with lead, but you know, yeah,
I
Then
am
reload.
very interested in the tear gas and masks, though.
that would be the big thing.
Alright.
So what are you trying to find? Armor, tear gas, masks. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I
Tear
mean,
gas and masks.
Okay.
my go-to is going to be my sword if you want to get a weapon, but actually
Right.
on paper
Also,
don't have anything
With
to
it
help me
being
with
such
that,
close
other than my
quarters,
sword.
how close all the rooms are and stuff.
So how were the
Right, hand to
security
hand
guards we ran into?
Yes.
How were they kitted out? Can we?
They were kitted out with bulletproof vests, helmets. Looked like the pants they were wearing had actually ballistic plating in the front.
Kind
So
of
you
Not
don't
like mask or anything.
riot
No,
gear
no.
style.
So
Yeah.
I think the tear gas is
Tear
like
gas.
Yeah, no masks.
a lot
They're-
easier to subdue. Flying
So
opponents.
Well,
tear gas
yeah.
and maybe 45s.
Huh?
Does everybody here have a gun?
I'm not gonna use one.
No, I
I
don't think you will
I
either.
have
Yeah.
the gun that I took off
Yeah,
of
you got
the
a 9
security
mil,
guard,
yeah.
and that's it.
And on clip, yeah. And you got your gun, and you got your gun and shotgun, and Jody, you've got a pistol.
It's Louisiana
No?
in
Okay.
2010. I'm pretty
I'll give
sure.
a fist bump.
All right,
I
make
feel
your
like I'll be doing magic. So.
make your roll to get armor or the tear gas.
Tear gas and
Okay,
masks.
go for it.
Right?
Ooh.
That's a pretty good roll.
Nice.
5.
All right, you call a guy. He says he doesn't have anything right now, but he knows a guy, and he says he'll call you back in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes goes by, and he calls you back and says, "Yeah, I got a guy who has gas mask and tear gas. It's CS gas. It's pretty nasty stuff. Now, are you wanting actual tear gas grenades, or are you wanting like the spray stuff?"
Grenades, right?
Yeah,
Grenades.
spray stuff would be like you'd use on a dog.
Yeah.
Just- or whatever.
We want grenades.
Grenades. Okay, so you're gonna need a grenade launcher too.
Oh,
For sure.
so not okay.
Most
I mean,
most
I
tear gas
bring
grenades
mine
launch.
from
Yeah, I
home
didn't
and
think about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
okay.
It's a blooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. One of those two. Yes.
Okay, just one or two.
Two.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'll call you back. And so, yeah, a couple more minutes goes by. You're kind of sitting there. You finish the sweet tea, eating the sandwiches.
Swift can use
Phone
guns.
rings. Guy picks back up. He goes, yeah. Okay, I got 2 launchers. I can get you a crate of tear gas grenades.
Okay.
That's about 25. He says it's gonna. How soon do you need it?
As soon as possible.
Like, can I get it to you in 2 days?
We got
Tomorrow?
2 days.
Do we have to do
Tomorrow will be better.
How?
Okay, I can try and get it to you tomorrow, but expediting is going to be it's going to put the price up there a little bit.
Oh no.
What's the
He says
tomorrow
it's going to
morning
probably
price?
cost you around $25,000.
We could probably wait another day because
Sweating
I'm
us.
still waiting on the captain to talk to us
He
tomorrow.
says if you can wait a couple days, I can probably get it for 10.
I'm just.
I mean, again,
afraid that-
remember these
I'm
are
afraid
controlled.
that They're going to be
These are
like
controlled
moving
items. I mean,
stuff.
they're hard to get.
You know, I think they're.
It's true.
I think they're going to be trying to move people out or change the days
I
and
think
stuff.
it's go time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, if they,
All right.
if they move stuff out, then that's good for us. That is in,
but then we don't know where they are at.
But then it's not on the ley line.
But what about all the people that were?
That's true.
I don't
I
don't think
Yeah,
that they're
because-
gonna move
I don't think-
people out.
I
I
don't
think
think-
they're just gonna move up
I don't
their
think they're
plan of
moving.
what
Would they
they're gonna
move
do.
a whole Stonehenge though?
No.
I mean,
No, I think
I
they're
think
gonna
that's set. That's where
expedite
they're
their
gonna-
plans and go fast. Is what
like they
I'm
might kill
saying.
more people.
Yeah, we'll pay
Or
the
hire
extra.
more guards.
Yeah, we'll pay the extra to get
We
it.
got tear gas for that.
Okay, so pay the extra for 25,000.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got the money.
You got it.
Yeah.
He says, okay.
I spent all mine
All
on
right.
them.
Well, okay. So I'll meet you tomorrow down on the docks by this warehouse. And he says, bring the money in cash, and I'll have the bag for you. Cool. And he says, all right. So you got that taken care of. Jody, what are you gonna do?
I'll get a warehouse.
Looking for the body armor?
Yes.
Okay, make your roll.
That was cacked.
Nice.
And what is this contact? So it's a 4.
Okay. You call somebody who you know that you grew up with in the Ninth Ward. This guy tends to deal in things like guns and body armor and stuff like that. Some of it is sort of legal, maybe questionable legality that you're not supposed to have. Call this guy. He's an old friend of yours, went to school with him and from 4th grade through 7th grade, and then he moved. So you give him a call, guy picks up and says, what are you looking for?
Hey, I'm looking for some.
Who is this?
This is Della.
From
Supposed to know.
from elementary school, Della?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what have you been up to?
Oh, I've been up to all kinds of things. I live in New Orleans.
You're still in New Orleans? Me too, me too.
Really? Where are you living at?
Oh, I'm still in the Ninth Ward. I just, moved out of the old neighborhood. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Are you still in the old neighborhood, on the old house?
No.
No, okay.
No.
Well, glad you got out of there. That was a rough section.
Yeah. But I go back and visit Miss
How's
Claire.
Terrence?
Terrence died this year. Just
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You guys were
like a
always
month
close,
ago.
always really tight. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it was bad.
Miss
but
Clara, okay?
She's doing fine.
All right.
She's doing fine. Stop by and check on her every once in a while, see make sure she's okay.
Well, good. She's always a nice lady.
Yeah, and she's tough. But so anyway, I'm in need of some body armor. And
Body armor. You looking for, kind of like armored vests?
Yeah, like maybe vests, maybe some
helmets?
pants. Yeah, helmets.
Oh, you talking about riot gear? Ooh, I don't know if I have much riot gear, but I could definitely get armored vests. I can get helmets. Probably that's going to be about the extent of what I can get for you.
Okay. How much would that be?
Let's see. Vests are around 500. Helmets are around 500 more. Probably going to be about 1,000. How many sets you need?
5.
6.
Oh no, 5. Swift's got armor.
Well,
I
Swift
don't
wear
need
it. I was thinking Swift don't wear it.
Oh no,
You don't need
4.
it?
4 sets.
No, you don't need it.
I've
You don't
got-
want
He's
to
got
wear
armor.
it?
He's got nice armor.
Oh, okay. Sorry, 4. I
4
was
sets.
thinking I
All
just
right,
need
cool.
4 sets.
All right. So he says, yeah, I can get that for you when you need it.
Could you have it tomorrow?
Sure, no problem. I got it in the warehouse right now.
Cool.
Where do you want to meet? That's gonna be $4,000. No problem.
You tell me where's a good place to meet.
Look, well, let's meet at the old neighborhood. We both know that area pretty well, so I'll meet you at your old house.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you there.
Masks.
Gas mask, yeah, gas mask. With it, yeah.
Okay.
He goes, all right. I'll see you tomorrow then.
All right,
Click.
cool.
All right.
All right, I got us the suits.
Nice. So we're in 30 grand right now?
Yeah, about 30 grand.
Okay.
Which, again, you've got
Split
half
that
a million
easy.
in your LLC. You just write a check from the LLC and it'll cover all
For
of it.
tactical gear, that's not going to raise a
Of
red
course,
flag.
no. Well, you're gonna remember he wants it in cash, so you'll have to go get. You'll have to make a withdrawal from the LLC. Is what you'll have to do. Yeah.
Go
Let me
see
check
a-
and see real quick what the
Thibodeau.
armor of this is going to be. Do.
Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Not gonna think is the remix.
Playing the game. Conflicts. Running conflicts. It should be in there somewhere. Where it talks about weapons and stuff.
How much protection did your armor give?
2.
Your armor's 3.
3.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I thought. I just wanted to. I need to write that
Let's see.
down.
Armor essentially works the same way as weapons. So armor 2 is intended to protect completely against most pistols. It's probably reinforced Kevlar vest or something. Armor does tend to lag behind weapons. Many bulletproof vests are only armor 1. A heavy pistol round can still crack a rib if it hits you. Armor 4 is not really something you find on a personal scale, except maybe magical or supernatural. So yours is armor 3. The vests you guys are going to get armor 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so hang on. How much did you say it's gonna be? That's gonna cost us
4,000.
No,
Yeah.
total
Oh, 29,000. About
$29,000.
$30,000. So it won't be a big
coming
deal.
out of this the
half a
LLC.
mil. Yeah, you're still fine. It's not even a ripple.
Wait, is the half a mil my half a mil?
No, it's the half a mil from the LLC. It's the held in
Okay,
joint
gotcha.
trust for all of you. It's a limited liability corporation, also a charitable organization that is making donations to make sure that you don't have to pay as many taxes and kind of keep above or underneath the radar of the federal government. Remember, Mr. Thibodeau set all that up for you. He's been taking care of y'all.
I'm listing it as this is for jackets and smoke machines.
Sounds like it.
Hooray!
Rave rabbit.
It's just a charity rave for the poor.
Did you see the thing
For the
that
homeless
Sean
and
posted
Audubon
about the rave?
Oh, yeah,
where he was walking with his
daughters and
girls, and they were like, "Why are those girls dressed like that? Do their mamas know they dress like that?" Well, they're going to a rave. What's a rave? Who wants pizza?
Who wants pizza?
Yes. So funny. All right, so you got all your stuff lined up. I'm going to be taking delivery tomorrow. Everybody heading home?
Yeah.
Mrs. Brown comes out and says, "Look, I've got some extra rooms on the first floor if you all want to just stay here."
Yes, that's what I was hoping for.
That's fine.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she says, yeah, that's what it is. And so she says, "Oh, okay, I'll make sure to have them put up, taken care of for you. Give me a few minutes." And she kind of wanders off. And so a few minutes goes by, and she goes, "Your rooms are ready." And you're like, 15 minutes? How did she get 5 rooms ready?
Definitely
She has other elves working for her.
House elves.
House elves, that's right. She has house elves. Well, if you in the Harry Dresden books, if you remember, he had, was it brownies that would come and restock his refrigerator for him. He had done something nice for him and helped him, and they would restock his refrigerator and clean his house.
Cool.
Nice.
And
I'll
they
let
owed him a
eat
debt.
brownies.
And so he couldn't tell anybody about them. And periodically they would restock with just like weird stuff. Like they would give him like boxes and boxes of cereal and nothing else. And so all he would have was like breakfast cereal, or they would like do meat or there was one time he said that all they did was put like sushi in his fridge. That was all he had for like a week.
Sweet.
So, because fairies don't understand that people don't want to eat a week's worth of sushi or boxes of cereal all the time.
Week-old sushi may not be
Yeah,
there.
I mean, it was still good, but
Those
yeah.
first couple days you're all right, but after
Things
that,
are like, oh, I want something
Sushi
else
for
but
breakfast
sushi.
again? Cool. Yeah, it was so funny. Anyway, Most of the time they were pretty good with it, but it was you got the feeling that it was because the brownies had gotten hooked on something. They discovered sushi, and so they loved it. So they wanted to make sure he got all the sushi he could eat. And it was the same thing with the breakfast cereal. It was really
I
simple.
think I would still take that trade. I'd probably
Yeah.
still just let them
still,
do
yeah.
their thing.
Oh, absolutely.
That's-
Yeah.
Or when he would come in and the room and the apartment was like a mess or something like that, he'd come home and it'd be clean because they would clean everything up, straighten everything up for you. It was really pretty fun. Anyway, so I digress.
I'm about that life.
That's right. We like it when our house elf, we'll call her house elf. Our house elf comes in twice a week on Mondays. She takes good care of us. We come into a nice, clean home. Everything's mopped and clean. You know our house elf. Jill is awesome. So
Jill's
she's
amazing.
fantastic. I'm not giving last names, dear, but she's fantastic. So she's great. Anyway, all right. So you bed down. Kind of have you guys make a fort in the sitting room if you want.
No, I'm going to bed.
So do we have a plan?
Not yet.
I'm waiting for the captain to call me in the morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna meet
Right.
with Terrence.
So are we gonna find a place?
Seen
We're
too
gonna
much
rent
shit.
something.
It sounds like one of those storage units.
Storage
Yeah.
units.
What
And
was
use
the
that.
name of
Tomorrow we
the
need
guy
to
meeting?
get our stuff in a storage unit,
Right.
The guy meeting.
and then finalize the plan.
Right.
What was the name of the guy meeting again?
Horatio.
Horatio Hornblower?
Yeah, that's him.
All I can think of is CSI Miami.
Me too.
We're gonna get DOC outside.
No, we only did 2 seconds. So it's okay.
That's shit, yeah.
Normally, you're good for about 30, which is why
So let's see more.
We're not running ads
which
yet.
which is why my intro is on all of the things is about 29 seconds. Believe it or not, so I can use 30
Nice.
seconds of music. I contacted the Cat Society about using fishes for this new season, and they haven't gotten back with me. Of course, the guy who did the Bourbon Street song never got back with me either. So I guess we're okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
Until
But at least you wait out.
Well, we didn't get flagged, so we're good.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go to bed because I need to get up early in the morning so I can go
Right.
over to the Ninth Ward. So.
Right. So you head to bed. You head to your room, crashing down there. Yeah, crashing in one of the guest bedrooms. Crashing in the guest bedroom. Yeah, the rooms are all nice. They're very lots of rich kind of medium woods. Everything's oiled and dusted like it shines. And it has a just kind of a glow to it of just it's warm. But not in a hot way like New Orleans warm. It's just you kind of walk in and everything just has this nice lived-in homey glow, and you're kind of like, I could rent a room here and be really happy, but you wouldn't have room for all your stuff. This is a really nice little area, and it's interesting that there's exactly 4 rooms downstairs. Swift lives on the 3rd floor, by the way. Swift heads upstairs to bed. He's going to clean his gun and stuff like that, and heads to bed. You head up to the 2nd floor, which you're the only one on the 2nd floor, ironically enough, too. And the rest of you are all on the downstairs in these kind of little one bedroom rooms. The bathroom is at the end of the hall, which is like yours. Your bathroom's out in the hallway, too, but you're the only room there. And so you guys head to bed. Next morning. Anybody?
Yep. I'm getting up early to go to my
Go meet with the guy?
First, I gotta go to the bank.
Right. You need $4,000. Yeah. So you'll need to go to the bank. So you're going to have to wait till the bank's open probably around 10.
Most banks are open at 9.
Okay, 9. Which means you were probably meeting him at 10. Okay. So yeah. When you wake up, first thing, you come out. Mrs. Brown has a pot of coffee that's brewing. She's also got a pot of tea and some orange juice and some apple juice out on the table. There's sausages, waffles, scrambled eggs. She's got all kinds of food on the table for everybody.
Thank you. You are amazing. This is.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine. It's courtesy of the autumn night.
You're welcome.
That's right. So you sit down
I'll
to
look for the autumn night because I'm sure he's sleeping.
Yes, probably. And
We
so,
just heard
I
the
assume
spirit
I'm
of
the,
him telling us.
I'm
to
probably
go
the
to
only
breakfast.
one at breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys are early risers too.
I'd probably also get up early.
All right. So you guys head down there. There's
Some stretches and stuff.
table full of food. Lots of good food. All of it looks like it's been cooked, recently. None of it looks frozen. Biscuits, toast, all this stuff. You kind of dig in, and it's really good. Mrs. Brown is a very good cook. What time do you want to get?
Loaded with all this stuff.
Probably around 8, honestly.
Yeah, you'd probably be up right around the same time they were. Lots of good breakfast. You guys tear into this breakfast. It seems like it never seems to disappear. You finish with some of the sausage and the link sausage and
You're
bacon.
not supposed to eat the food of the Fae, right? We're trapped forever!
You never know. And so she keeps bringing food out, and you finish, and she goes, well, okay, you guys had worked up an appetite, I guess, yesterday. Remember, those of you who had mild consequences, they are gone now, because it has been an entire scene.
No, so mine
No,
moderate.
mine
went
was
down to
mild.
moderate.
Yes, he'd given you a healing potion, so it was mild. And yeah.
So it should be gone then.
Yeah, all mild consequences are gone, yeah. We'll have to wait until the kind of middle of the next session, I think is when it goes away. I think that's right. Yeah. You finish eating. Close to when the banks are going to open. You're probably going to need to head out there. You guys want to wake up Bunk and take him with you, or are you going to let him sleep in?
Well, I'm going by myself, I think.
I'll go with you.
Maybe transportation to get there. You're going to take public.
I
You're
go with
going to ride the bus with a bunch of bulletproof vests
We
and
could
helmets.
and guns? Okay, that'd be a bad
There's
idea.
no guns.
Well,
I'm
all
gonna-
right. Do you have a meetup also?
Yeah, later the
Yeah.
A little later?
Afternoon.
So I guess we need 2 different vehicles.
I could
Warehouse
wake
Mondo.
you up. Do you take Bunk later
I'll go
when he
with
moves?
Bunk, yeah.
I
And
can
I'll have the
take
full
you-
armor
Yeah, if y'all,
on, too.
In the van,
I'm on a way,
and
Yeah.
I
Oh,
also want
we're
to swing
calling
by
it
the church. Actually, I should do that later once we get the grenade launchers.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Right.
what's that? I kind of zoned in there towards the end. I just heard something about a church, and you should probably do that after we get the grenade launchers.
I was gonna swing by the church while we were out, but then I realized
Oh,
probably
okay.
be
Yeah,
better
it was-
after the grenade launcher.
That's where we are right
I
now.
don't know, I was just trying to figure out why we needed the grenade launchers before we went to the church.
I was gonna see if Deacon Fine Blue would bless them since we're going against
Oh, okay.
Whiteport vampires.
The real bank heist.
He blessed the guns for the police officers. In Miranda's mind, that's the same thing, whether he does it or not.
He might. You never know.
It was like, oh damn.
He might. You never know.
He might be like,
Vampires are opposed to the church.
Yes, they are. Well,
depends. Probably.
We'll say
on
they're
the
Black
vampire.
Court vampires.
yeah, Black Court definitely.
And she'd be lying to the.
She
to the
doesn't
end of
know
the
that.
cloth. Oh, she doesn't.
I deceived her. I don't know.
I also, I don't know if Miranda knows that. I think Miranda just thinks, like, in a Bram Stokerian way about vampires. She's only met, like, one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Alrighty, so you head out together to go get some money. You head down to the bank. You gonna pull out all the money, or you just want to get the $4,000?
I'm just getting the $4,000.
Oh, wait, we need...
No, I mean the other $25,000.
We need 30K. Total, probably.
So are you riding with us?
He's sleeping.
It's like,
But we can
I
just
guess
bring
we can
back
get
the
it and bring
cash.
it back.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
okay.
there's no reason not to.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me update my books then.
The autumn night doesn't go on airs like that.
Right. That's right.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll go with you if you're going to get the money, then come back.
Okay.
Nice if we could go and wake you up. Partially in your own domain, I'm not sure we actually have the authority to wake you up.
You could try. So
I imagine like we like start going up to the second level, so just like no.
You can.
So I
Okay.
subtracted. How much is yours? 25.
25.
No, 25.
So you head to the bank, riding in the van. Yes, you're going to. Remember, your moped's on the back of the van. They've got it stowed on the back. You head to the was it First National Bank of Canal Street, I believe. First Bank of Canal Street, I think is what it is. Go to the teller. The teller, you ask to, you write a check out for $29,000. The teller's eyes get a little bit big, especially when you say that you need any cash, and says, "Okay, I'll give you a bank bag then." And so you get a bank bag, and they put $29,000 into it, which fits into a bank bag pretty easily. Was it $100 bills times 100? Is that $10,000? No. Yes. So a stack of hundreds. Well, I think actually it's 5,000 because they do it in 50s. So $29,000 is like about 5 stacks of bills. So it fits in a bank bag easily. And so they hand you a bank bag, and you head out of the bank, get back into the van, and you've got your money.
It's the most cash I've ever
Were they
seen
having
in
raves in
one place.
2010? I feel like they were.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. So for this I'm changing it to rave supplies.
Sure.
Rave supplies.
Sure.
You know, smoke.
Yeah,
Drugs.
I'll try.
Drugs, smoke, yeah.
What if we
Smoke,
created like
smoke.
an event planning company as a front for our business? And just
Hilarious.
always called our deposits rave supplies.
I like it.
It'd be great. Just throw lots of parties around the town. Probably could get away with that,
And
honestly.
Well,
Yeah, well.
we also got jackets and smoke machines. Smoke machines
I
are
mean,
just.
honestly, you could probably get. There's always lots of parties going on. There's lots of, decrepit buildings that you can kind of squat in to do raves. There's, and you
Oh,
probably
Della
be
has
busy.
enough on her plate. I can't invent
I
plans.
just imagine that at some point someone's going to be like looking through all stuff like, I don't remember there being any raves during this time.
Sure, borrowing a lot of supplies for a rave that hasn't
Yeah,
happened
never
yet.
heard. Yeah.
We're an elite company. We do individual raves.
Very selective. Very
People who are afraid to be in an actual rave with other people.
That makes me feel so sad. I don't know why. It's just like one room about this big, just 2 or 3 people just
just
Just a silly.
Isn't they had the noise ordinance in the UK when raves were getting really popular, and so they started giving out Bluetooth headsets.
Yeah.
And so you would walk into a rave with these people just dancing their faces off, and everybody's wearing headsets, and you
And
can't hear a
silent.
thing.
that was in. Y'all watch Ted Lasso? That was
No.
About the prom.
Yeah. The
Oh, wait,
it
no,
was
not-
the coach. The coach. Yeah, there's an episode where a coach goes off, and then like you go there, and they had
Yeah.
that. It was, and then they all like you just see everybody,
Yeah, and nobody
it's
hears anything.
silent.
It's silent.
and
Yeah.
then they put on the guy
That
puts
was
on the
silent
thing,
disco.
and then it boom.
No, we're talking about the raves over in the UK. They made a noise ordinance, and so everybody got Bluetooth headphones when you walk into the rave.
Yeah.
And so you'd walk in, and there's a room, people just dancing their faces off, and it's absolutely silent until you put headphones on, and everybody's got the same music going. So, pretty cool stuff. So you head down to Ninth Ward. I guess you're probably driving because you're the wheelman.
yeah.
Head down to the Ninth Ward, to the old neighborhood. Pull up in front of your house, and there's Horatio. He's sitting on the hood of his car. It looks like it's a little Honda. And he sees you. You hop out of the van, and he goes, "Sweet ride! You have moved up in the world."
Yes. Well, this is courtesy of my friend Miranda.
Hey, Miranda. He waves at Miranda, and he goes, "Miranda's cool.
Oh yeah, super cool.
Driver's cool.
Oh, super cool.
Okay, cool. Good. And
Oh, shady.
the big guy in the back is cool.
Oh,
I've got the full body
Yeah.
armor on too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well,
All
not the
right.
helmet, but I've got the.
Yeah. He goes, "Cool. All right, sweet.
Just
Well,
cream of the day.
I'm looking very menacing.
Any friend of yours is a friend of mine. Sweet. Let me get the stuff out of the hatchback." So he goes over to the back of the Honda, pops the head, and it's one of those little hot
Like
hot
Scott
rod,
Rogers.
hot hatches.
Like Scott
Yeah,
Rogers.
you can get the big little pipe on it. You can tell this guy probably races this thing. Comes around back and he pulls out this duffel bag and he drops it on the ground and he says, "Check it if you want. Zip it up, unzip it. Yeah, it's got bulletproof vests, and it's got the helmets there. You pick up the helmets. You want to check and make sure they're good armor
Sure.
since you've got Craftsman."
I'd love to do that.
the helmet's really like the Viking helmet we gave you.
You still got really high
The helmet's
craftsmanship
really
anyway.
like
so-
the Viking helmet we gave you.
I really like that helmet too.
Did it fit?
Yeah,
It's
so that's still
huge.
3.
It's huge. Okay,
It's
3.
very spacious.
It seems like everything's legit. You think this may have been it may have fallen off a truck somewhere. It doesn't look like it's ever been worn before. So yeah, it's not like they found dead bodies and stole the armor off of it or anything, because that would be kind of creepy. Not unheard of, but yeah, it seems like it's going to be about armor too, probably head and body. So you should be good.
All right. You give me the go ahead. All right.
Reach into your
I
bag.
reach in my bag. Pull out the.
$4,000. You grab the thing. You pull out one of the stacks and pull probably $1,000 off it and hand it to the other. You kind of his eyes get big that you got $5,000 and just pulled $1,000 out, put it back into the money bag and zip it back up. He goes, "Whoa. Well, let me know if you need anything else. Pleasure doing business with you. It sounds like you have done pretty well."
Yeah, it was good seeing you again.
Yeah. Hey, be in touch if you need anything. I'm your guy.
I will. I definitely will. Thank you.
Cool. So he gets his little hot hatch and starts up. Little. It's little more intimidating than your moped, but not
Fair
much.
enough. Sorry, I'm just the whole idea, thought process of the little money bag thing just made me think like money bag is business purse.
That's right.
That's what this is.
That's exactly what it is. That's what it is. You can put it in a backpack, I guess, if you want to. Yeah, he leaves a duffel bag with you, though, by the way. So
Okay.
you pick it up. It's kind of a big black duffel bag, very, military.
I figure I'd let him pick it up.
paramilitary looking,
I'll pick it up.
nylon, cheap. And so, you pick it up, throw it in the back of the van, and close the doors, and, off you go. It's about 11 o'clock. There's a knock on your door.
Wait, were there bullets included? I forgot to look.
No,
So I need
no bullets.
Okay.
Well, actually, BJ can probably get you bullets. He's the pawn shop owner. He's got bullets.
Okay.
So yeah, knock on the door.
Get up, answer.
Yeah, it's Swift. He's got a cup of coffee for you. He goes, "Hey, got coffee for you, Autumn Night. Your duties await."
All right, let's do it.
All right, cool. The rest of your group has already gone to procure armament
Great.
or arms. No, armor. Yeah, armor. And so I assume that you would want to be with them as they went to procure the armament that you arranged last night. They will return in a moment. So breakfast is downstairs. Mrs. Brown has prepared a feast. So head down there. Yeah, there's a feast. Hash browns, all kind of stuff. More coffee, cigarettes. I'm kidding. And so you go down there and eat. You just finished eating, and you guys roll up to the house. And what do you figure out what song you're always playing in the van?
It was Immigrant Song when I first showed up with
Right.
on the day of
Immigrant song. I forgot about that. That's appropriate. Yeah, that's very appropriate. You hear Immigrant song playing out in the hallway, outside, and the van rolls up. You hear your ticket as it's cooling down. Everybody kind of hops out. You're probably carrying the duffel bag because it's kind of heavy. They come inside. They got their duffel bag full of armor. Drop it in the front hall. Mrs. Brown goes, "Oh, be careful! Don't scratch the floors."
Sorry, Mrs. Brown.
"Oh, it's okay, dearie. Just be careful. They're old floors.
So
Like me."
precious.
You didn't scratch the floors. You're not sure you could scratch these floors. This house is very solid.
The sheer amount of wax on these wooden floors
Right,
now.
that's what you're thinking. The wax on it and
It's a
the
shop
oil on everything that just shines. This place just gleams.
Ghibli movie.
It's about right. It's miraculously clean and well maintained.
We just stepped to the threshold and got changed to Ghibli movie.
There is no threshold. That's one of the things you notice. Fairies don't create thresholds. Only people do. And so
They are one with nature.
yeah, that's right. So
You
that
stay
gives
here
you kind of
long.
a clue that probably Mrs. Brown is not human. The only humans here are actually you and Swift. Swift is a human. He's a changeling.
If he occupies the space long enough, will that set up a
Yes,
threshold?
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably maybe around the entire house, but you're not sure. So, but that's something you might want to consider. Actually, you've got enough. Well, you don't have thaumaturgy, but you might want to talk to your thaumaturgy friends and see about setting up some wards or something like that. Not a bad idea. There might be some thaumaturgy elves that can help you with that too. So they've got all kinds of practitioners. But anyway, I digress. You come in. You've just finished breakfast. It's time to meet with your dude.
This is Brock.
Yep.
Who wants to go?
I'll go.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Pile
do
back.
it.
Pile back up in the van.
I'll bring the armor, but I'm not going to wear it for this.
And then we can swing by the church after.
Not a bad idea. You pile into the van, head down to the address in the warehouse. It's actually not very far from Volt's warehouse. Actually, it's kind of funny. About a couple blocks down. Very deserted area. This guy, when you arrive there, you notice there's a black van, nondescript van that's there. This young black man gets out. He's dressed very nicely. One gold chain, kind of a satin-looking purple shirt, black pants, very nice shoes. He's very thin. And he comes walking out and he goes, I assume you're the man I spoke to last night.
Yes.
I've got the goods in the back of the van if you want to come around and check.
Take a look.
You walk around to the back of the van and you realize there is a guy standing at the back of the van. He does have what looks like an AK-47, but it's just kind of up. He's just standing there. He's not looking. He's looking menacing in the fact that he could definitely pop it down and shoot you, but he's not trying to intimidate you or anything like that. He's just kind of standing there. He steps out of the way and the guy opens the back of the van and there are 2 duffel bags. He opens the first duffel bag, and there's two little grenade launchers in there, and then there's kind of a wooden crate that's maybe this big. And he opens the top, and in there are the little tear gas grenades kind of lying on hay or straw, whatever it is, and he closes it down, and then he opens the other one, zip, and inside are 5 gas masks. And he says, these should take care of that for you. Remember, though, that CS gas is also absorbed through the skin. So you're going to want to make sure that you keep your from coming into contact with your exposed skin. So wear long sleeves. And, maybe gloves or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah. 25, I believe, was the arrangement we had, right? Mm-hmm. You reach into the thing and hand him, and he takes it and kind of flips through it. Says, all right, looks pretty good. He takes it and, puts it into that's a little bit bigger for a coat pocket. He has the guy who's got the gun pull the duffel bags out. He's just kind of holding the stacks of cash. He says, well, pleasure doing business with you. Let me know if you need anything else. Anybody who is got this much money to spend on these kind of things, I want to be a better friend of. And he kind of smiles, big toothy grin.
Well, thank you for the rush.
Well, yeah, no problem. Cool. All right, and he waits for you to kind of pick up the duffel bags and walk over to the van and put them inside the back of the van, and then he gets in the van and he and his friend drive away the opposite direction from where you are. Yeah.
You ever thought that would be this easy?
Yeah, apparently money, really is life-changing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is.
Amazing. Well, and if you know the right people, too, so that always helps to have nice contacts.
Good contacts.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're building up a business rapport with these really shady people who we might meet in the future.
Fraternity raves.
Yeah, well, Kyla knows a bunch of shady people, too, so...
Technically, we know a really shady
Yeah,
person, too.
yeah.
What do you mean?
You get back in the car, and your phone goes off, or the van, excuse me. You get back in the van, and the phone goes off.
Hello?
Hello, is this Della Fontenot?
Yes.
This is Brian Johnson's office. You wanted to speak to Captain Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put him through.
Thank you.
A couple minutes happen, you hear a couple clicks on the line, and you hear Brian Johnson. Hello, Brian Johnson.
Hi, this is Della Fontenot. You told me to contact you.
My secretary said that you had called. Yes, what's the situation?
There's a company called Geotronix that's in the Algiers area.
Right.
And we've discovered that they have some people trapped in there.
Like as in held prisoner?
Held prisoner for a while.
Oh, okay.
We suspect they're the Paranetters who have been missing.
Right. The ones that have been disappearing over the last few months. Okay.
And we also suspect that the White Court vampires are involved in this, along with some human hired
security.
I guess security.
He says,
with heavy weapons.
He says, "Give me a second." So a couple minutes goes by, and you hear you kind of typing. And he goes, "All right, Geotronix, military weapons manufacturer."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "That sounds like it. I've been by the facility before. That's going to be a tough nut to crack. Lots of security, high walls. What are you thinking?"
We have an unusual way in that won't involve your men. However, we want to put a truck kind of nearby, or a van, that the people, as we get them out, you guys could drive them away."
Oh, absolutely. We got you covered. What I'll do is I'll scramble a team of 3 or 4 officers with one of our SWAT vans, which are lightly armored. And when you release the prisoners, we can be there to usher them to safety. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Do you have any idea about where they might be coming out? Do we need to be at the front entrance? Do we need to be... I guess you could let us know. We could just be nearby.
The roll-up doors.
Probably.
There's some roll-up doors on...
Like a loading bay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, loading dock. Right.
Yeah, so we figured that's probably the best way. There's some stairs that lead from the loading dock up into the building.
Okay.
So that's going to be our best bet, is to get them out of the loading dock.
All right. Sure. Well, let me know when you're going to go. Give me a little bit of lead time so I can put together a team. And I'll make sure we have our men in place when you go.
Well, as soon as we have all our plans solidified and know how long it's going to take, I'll give you a time to be there.
Got it.
If he has. Did we buy guns?
Just a second.
We didn't buy guns, so we don't need bullets. Okay, but ask him if we can get radios to communicate with them.
Well, we just buy them.
Could, but if they're doing an op with us, we could just borrow theirs.
Do we need a radio or anything that we can contact
Communicate
you
with
guys?
us. Yes,
how
we
are
can
gonna
get you a
communicate?
radio, probably at least a couple of them, handheld radios so that you can communicate on our
We would have like
police frequencies.
5 of them.
We probably don't.
2 of them?
We all don't need radios.
I can get
yet.
2.
Two,
Just
okay.
whoever's
Yeah.
telling
That's
them
a
what to
two.
do.
Realize that this op is going to be strictly off the books, so I've got
Got
to
you.
get people who are in the know, and I have to make sure it doesn't look
should
too
just
weird
fire
to the
them.
hires up.
Got ya. Okay.
Wouldn't be a bad investment in the future anyway, so we could
Not
Yeah.
bad.
see if BJ has some more.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good if we had our own radios too.
Yeah.
All right.
We just gotta sync to the same channel.
Got her, which is a problem.
Remember the Punisher on the Daredevil thing when he goes to that guy's place and buys the police band radio from the pawn shop guy?
Uh-huh.
The one who's really, really sketchy, and he, I think, winds up killing him in the end. Although, no, he offers to
Is this a TV series or the movie?
the TV series on Netflix. Yeah, there's the
seen
Punisher
the
goes into
series.
this pawn shop,
So good.
and he wants a police band radio so he can monitor the frequency so he can know what's going on because he's trying to get Daredevil. And the guy wants to sell him other stuff and starts offering him all this kind of sketchy porn, and the guy just he's not, the Punisher's not having any of that stuff because that's not something he's about. And he's getting ready to leave, and the guy makes some kind of really disparaging comment.
Yeah. I remember this.
And so finally he goes over and locks the door and comes back. And I don't know if he beats him up or kills him or something like that. It was, it's a pretty interesting scene.
Shares them up.
All right.
Yeah.
We can
So I guess we need to go back, talk to the dwarves, find out how long it's going to take. Blah blah.
Well, did you
yakety
wanna-
yakety.
We got to go find the
The rental place.
rental place.
Oh, the
Yeah.
rental place. That's right.
Right. Storage unit rental place.
Okay.
You can get over to Algiers.
And we have to gas the church. I mean, get stuff blessed at the church.
Gas the church, right? Yeah.
Oh, I'll shoot a text to Deacon Fontenot. Not Fontenot. His name is
Yeah, Deacon Fontenot. Yeah.
Fontainebleau. She's Fontenot.
Fontainebleau. Yeah, Fontainebleau.
yeah.
Yeah, Fontainebleau. Deacon
I was gonna say
Fontenot.
because she's no.
You become a
not
deacon.
Fontenot.
Wow.
Deacon
I'll
Fontenot.
shoot a message to him and be like,
Fast.
"Is it possible to get some holy water and or blessed grenade launchers? We're going to war with vampires."
Just imagine the text. And so a couple minutes goes by, and you get a text back, and he says, "Holy water, yes. Blessing grenade launchers, no." He says, "But
Thought
we
I'd
can."
ask.
He says, "But I can definitely." He says, "But definitely, holy water, yes. Grenade launchers, blessing, no."
Later, he and the priest are all going to be cackling about this.
Can we
I feel
bless
like
grenade
they
launchers?
get. I feel like I hope that this opens a channel of discussion at the next diocese meeting.
Right.
Like I want this to be
All the
like.
priests get together and go, "Where do we stand on blessing grenade launchers?" I don't know. Should we kick that one upstairs to the archbishop? But he says, "Yeah, you can get holy water for sure."
Okay, we can just do a quick pit stop for that, just in case, and then
Walk in, pour everything in.
do we need to swing by BJ's get radios? He probably has something old enough that your tech wizard you might not mess it up.
Yeah.
There's possibly a chance.
So,
Talking about BJ?
how much?
Yeah, like the pawn shop. Maybe.
How much
I don't
cash
know.
are you guys carrying on you to buy these radios?
Remember, you can do that with resources. Remember, your resources allows you to buy stuff anyway.
I feel like if he has it in the shop, we might be good.
Okay.
He's.
But no more gems. You got to quit spending gems.
I know.
Like,
I've given him 2 diamonds.
You're going to get us busted.
Remember, fair resources is that +2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember, anything under $1,000 is pretty much fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even affect you at all.
All right.
Anything over $1,000, you have to make a roll.
Okay.
If
Or
that's,
my-
that's if you have resources of fair.
Of 2, of fair, right? Your resources, I believe, great.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah. Both
I'm
dollars
good.
Yeah, anything under
great.
$10,000 is not even going to impact you.
So we
Plenty of
we
money.
can get radios easy.
Yeah. All right, so you swing by BJ's. He has some old CB radios, but you're not sure those are going to catch the police bands. They use a
Yeah.
different band now. He says he doesn't have any police radios, actually.
Wait, CB radio?
Yeah.
I will get that for the van anyway.
Okay, so you can grab one.
Yeah.
Police. It doesn't have any police scanners. Unfortunately.
We
Yeah.
need like radios where we can talk to each other.
Just walkie-talkies.
Oh, like little earpiece
Like
things?
earpiece things.
That'd be cool to have
I'm
earpieces.
thinking.
Well, you
I was
can't
gonna say I
have
can.
one.
Well, it won't help me.
Oh, the cool kids can have earpieces, yeah.
Oh, the little kids with the pumped up earpieces.
That's fine.
I'd be
you
down
guys
for
get it.
earpieces. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He didn't have any earpieces, so yeah. I mean, you can get headphones.
We got a Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Still.
They're still
It
over
is.
there.
I believe so. Actually, it is. Drop off at head to the nearest Radio Shack, and you pick up some earpieces to go with like little walkie-talkies that you can clip to your belt. Swing by the church and pick up it's a I don't know if it comes in a bucket. Excuse me. It's probably like a hip flask, a silver hip flask full of holy water.
It's a 2-liter Coke bottle.
Yeah.
I want to get those water balloons that are shaped like grenades and just pour in there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure the water would be holy anymore after that point.
Uh,
But it's a silver hip flask with a little cross on it.
Nice.
You get the feeling it's maybe one of those, and when you unscrew the top, it actually has little holes in it, so you can shake it like that.
Nice.
You get the feeling it's maybe one of the travel kits that maybe one of the priests carries with him, is what it is. But Deacon Fontainebleau gives you this, and you've got enough to probably spritz around if you needed to. So you head over to Algiers, and kind of across the street from Geotronix. You don't see anything.
Do we know how long it's going to take for the? Oh, we're getting storage. Never mind.
You don't see any activity at Geotronix. You drive by, everything looks exactly the same as when you left.
Same cars and
still a few cars, maybe even the same cars in the parking lot. Doesn't look like they've gone on high alert or anything like that, so you're like, Yeah. The little rental storage unit is first one rental units. Okay, I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. Just love how that's redundant. First one rental units. Or rental storage, let's call it.
What was the name of your guy?
Hmm?
Oh, okay. Sketchy guy number 2.
Yeah. Purple shirt dude.
Yeah. Rental storage units. You go up to the main office, and of course it's a gated thing with all kinds of little roll-up doors like you've seen with locks on them, and they have numbers, and there's just rows and rows of them. You go up to the counter. There's a young woman there, redheaded, kind of young, looks like she's about 22, 23. She's kind of pretty. Yes.
I'm not going to come with them. I don't know that we want to have all of us
Who's going to
there
rent
to
it then?
rent the unit.
Okay. You go in. She's pretty attractive. You kind of go up and to the counter, and she says, "What can I do for you?"
Need a unit.
She says, "Oh, how big?"
What's the biggest one you have?
We've got 30 foot by 20 foot is our largest one. Those are pretty big. They
Can we
are.
put a van in there?
Yeah, you could. I'm not sure the ceiling's tall enough is the problem.
Like I point to the van outside. Could that fit in there?
Yeah, probably. It does have a roll-up door, and I believe the ceilings are 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, it would probably fit in there. I'm not real sure, though. It'd be tiny.
Okay.
Which is basically 20 feet wide, 30
Can't
feet
open the
deep.
doors.
About to Italian job?
No, I'm sorry, 20 feet deep, 30 feet wide. Sorry. And so you could probably back your van in there. Yeah. 20 foot by 30 feet unit, largest unit we've got is going to be $40 a month.
Okay. So
How long do you want it for?
Couple hours.
a month.
A month. All right. It'd be $40.
Okay.
Cash or charge?
Cash.
Okay. She says, okay, here's the paperwork you need to fill out. Name, place of residence, phone number, you fill out all the stuff. Are you going to use an actual name, or are you going to use fake name or something?
Name.
Okay. She looks at it and says, okay, I'm going to need some form of ID.
I left that out in the car.
Oh, well, I've got to see it before I can rent it to you.
Oh.
Oh yeah, glamour.
Right?
Well. Oh yeah. So I'll
glamour
take
the
my.
ID?
Can I glamour my ID?
Okay. Make a discipline check. Glamour's easy. Automatic.
Not bad.
Well,
I just
4.
Oh, okay, that's still good though.
Oh, wow. I think I rolled worse than you did.
Good.
What'd you get? Total
Yeah,
4?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. She only got a 2. So she looks up and she goes, oh, okay, Mr. Statham? All right, fine. And so she writes it down and everything like that and hands you the key to the lock. And she says, you're in unit number J23. And if you want, I can take you out there so you can see it.
Sure, please.
So she locks up the till where she puts the money, and she heads to the glass door. You guys step outside. She locks the door because she's the only one there right now. She walks around to the side and flags her card on the gate. And she says, anytime you want to get in, you're going to have to let me know, or whoever's working know, because we have to open the gate for you. Now, we can open it remotely from inside, but since I'm the only one here right now and I'm taking you over there, we're open 24/7. So anytime you need to get in to get your stuff is fine. There'll be someone here. If you have an issue, she hands you a card and says, call this number. That'll get you in touch with our maintenance or security, depending on what you need, and to make sure that everything is okay. And she walks over like 2 or 3 rows and then kind of down to the end. And she says, all right, here it is. And she takes the key and opens the lock and opens it, rolls up the door. It's huge. This thing is vast. 20 feet deep, 30 feet long. It's got one door kind of in this corner. So, there's an area of it that's just wall. And she says, if you want to go in and inspect it and look around.
Yep.
Walk around and look in there. It's kind of dusty, but it's clean. There's no rats or spiders or anything like that. It's just kind of dusty. She says, now, it's not climate controlled. I have to tell you that much. And it does get hot in here. So just letting you know.
Okay. Well, it's November. We only need it for a month. So.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's true. It's chilly enough that you won't have to worry about it. She says, okay. Well, then, all right. Here's your key. And it's a pleasure doing business with you. Thank you very much. She heads on out. I guess you guys probably could have rolled down there with the
Are there...
van.
Is this like an open storage facility?
What do you mean?
Like, are all the containers like open like how they normally are?
There
Like
was
Storage Wars type open.
Yes. So yeah, basically
Outdoor, you
Outdoor.
mean?
outdoors.
Okay,
Yes, that's exactly right.
Are there
And basically
cameras?
gravel between them is what it is. Huh?
Are there cameras?
You do see a camera on the gate, but that's it.
Okay, cool. I like
Yeah. Rest of it doesn't seem to have cameras. So
that. Sweet.
there you go. Head back to the van.
Yeah.
And head back to, I guess, probably your new digs. And that's probably a good place to stop because it is about 8:59 right there. So you are set up and ready for your assault on Geotronix.
Planning montage.